Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the DOPScast. I'm Emily Eilers, Marketing Manager at DealerOps. The countdown to NADA 2026 is almost at the finish line. The DealerOps team is packing their bags and revving up for what is expected to be one of the largest NADA conferences in history, with more than 20,000 attendees descending on Las Vegas, February 3rd through 6th. That kind of energy brings opportunity, but can also be a bit overwhelming, entailing endless demos, nonstop conversations, and so many vendors to explore. Today on the DOPScast, we're sitting down with our Director of Sales, Mike Cambron, to talk about what he's most excited about heading into this year's show, what he's hearing from dealers right now, and where dealerships are losing time, money, and clarity when their data isn't telling a clear story. We'll also dig into some of the light bulb moments that happen when dealers finally see their performance clearly, and why, in a sea of booths and buzzwords, DealerOps is truly worth stopping for.
Hi, how are you today, Emily?
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Mike, when you look at the show this year, what feels different about NADA 2026 compared to previous years?
Well, I got to say, the first thing that feels different is definitely the snow. Without being in the desert this year and not having even the risk of it, I would hope it is definitely a difference. But one of the big things that stands out is that this year, to me, the show not having weekend days, I believe is going to help out quite a bit. It's going to bring a lot of the dealers there that, they're there with a purpose, as they always are, but it's really going to condense it into, the weekend will be for fun, but their weekday is going to be for business. And I think that's going to help us and a lot of the vendors and partners that are there as well.
And then what are you most excited to hear from dealers on the floor this year?
From my conversations with dealers, over the last year, what I'm most excited to hear about is really how their business is evolving, how the car business is evolving. And, it's always been a data-driven business, but nowadays things are just the way they run their businesses, multiple acquisitions, things like that. I'm really excited to hear on how businesses are looking to grow, how these dealers are looking to grow their portfolio, add more dealerships and points to their organizations, and how we can help with that. And it's an exciting time in the car business for sure.
So, Mike, when you talk to dealers right now, what's the most common frustration that you're hearing?
Emily, I got to tell you, the most common thing that I hear is, and we say it a lot, is the disconjointed data or the lack of real-time data that they can make decisions on. That is the top frustration. That is why people are coming to us primarily, and one of the things that we can point out. But yeah, they talk a lot about being able to see what they see, try to build their own spreadsheets, but the data they're getting, by the time they build what we can show them in seconds, they've taken 3 or 4 hours to pull from multiple spots on different DMS of their DMS and then put together in a Google sheet or whatever. Time is more important than a lot of things in the car dealership. And that is their biggest frustration.
What's one of the biggest light bulb moments that dealers have when they see their data clearly for the first time with DealerOps?
So I have a few, but it's a little different on my end, right? So being being the director of sales, and I join a lot of the customer presentations and whatnot, and we have a lot of I call them little light bulb moments where they go, oh, I can see how this will really help. I have to refer to Charlie, our VP of engagement, for that, as he's launching a lot of new clients, and he's got books and books of these light bulb moments. But dealers will see things, and it'll come up in the report, and they'll literally look at him and go, well, that can't be right. And the thing is it is right, because at DealerOps we're not creating anything, we're not changing any of the numbers. We're simply taking your data and putting it where it's usable and easy to read. And dealers see that, they think something's not correct. They literally stop Charlie from what he's doing and they check on it and find out that it is correct. And you're at that moment there, he tells me all the time, you just see that light bulb go on, there's a click, and they're all locked in, they're ready to go. So I'd have to defer to him for that, but there's a lot of it.
So with thousands of dealers, vendors, and partners all in one place, NADA can sometimes feel a bit like information overload. There's no shortage of ideas, demos, and conversations, but the real challenge is figuring out which ones will actually deliver clarity and results after the show ends. So Mike, for someone walking through the show floor, what makes a conversation at the DealerOps booth worth stopping for?
Well, Emily, I have to say, you mentioned it, but you mentioned setting up to be one of the largest ever. And on top of that, all of the dealer partners and vendors that'll be there as well. So it can get really hectic, especially if you have a mission and what you're looking at. And, some people go to the show, a lot of dealers, and they'll go and, maybe DealerOps or a DMS or something like that. That's not on their radar. at the time. So they're focused on what they have on their list of what they need to see, what they're looking to buy. One of the big things that a lot of the vendors and a lot of the products or things that are offered at NADA by a lot of the vendors, and not all, but they're focused on one specific piece of the dealership, right? Could be advertising, could be your DMS, could be your service lane, could be a CRM, things like that. We focus on everything. We're accounting-based software that pulls data from accounting, that pulls it from F&I. We encompass the whole dealership. So accounting, like I said, variable ops, fixed operations, parts department, all of that. So what we enable dealers to do is really get a good, quick, concise look at their data quickly, almost in real time from their DMS, and not having to have them pull that data themselves, put it in spreadsheets, organize it, and look at it, which could take hours. What I'm really hoping is that makes it worth stopping, just to see how clear we can make their daily business. And the best part about it is whether you're one store or 100 stores, our platform allows you to look at your data either consolidated or comparatively or individually. So you can really look at your business from any angle that you'd like with any department in mind. And that alone, I think, is definitely worth stopping by so we can show you how we can really help manage your business from a data standpoint, performance management standpoint, and communication standpoint moving forward.
Terrific. So Mike, if there's one thing that you're most excited about showing off this year, what would it be?
Oh, I have to say it's Halo. Halo is the next evolution of the DealerOps core platform. So it's not something that replaces core, but it's the evolution of it. It's that next level. It's graphic, it's visual, it's dashboards and whatnot, where dealers can have a quick glance. So if you're a high level executive or a general manager at a dealership, or even a sales manager, finance manager, director, whatever it may be, you can now just look at the dashboard, not a spreadsheet type look, have those quick, concise answers, graphical, colorful, everything you need that's exciting, all the same data that's in core. It's basically the same platform. Core is never going to go away. So with Halo, you get that visual aspect of it, and you still get all the spreadsheet aspect of core as well. I'm real excited to show that. It's the vision of our CEO that he's had, that is coming or has come to fruition now, that we're getting to share with our current dealer partners and dealer prospect partners that we get to hopefully partner with in the future, and really show them how they can elevate their business with Halo and core together.
Great. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing a little bit about what people can expect from DealerOps at NADA.
Emily, it's been my pleasure to sit with you today. I really enjoy talking about DealerOps. I'm really excited about this show this year. It's going to be huge. It's supposed to be one of the biggest ones ever, as you mentioned, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of our current dealer partners out there and making new connections with a lot of the dealers and dealer groups that are out there. It's going to be a great time, and I look forward to it. Thank you for having me today. I really do appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much. As dealers head into a week filled with meetings, demos, and big ideas, the real takeaway is this: clarity matters. The right data and the right conversations can make all the difference long after the show floor clears out. If you'll be in Vegas, we'd love to continue the conversation in person at the DealerOps booth 6718N in the North Hall. And if you're not making the trip this year, you can still connect with our team to see how clearer reporting leads to smarter decisions. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the DOPScast. We can't wait to connect with you at NADA, and as always, drive your day with purpose.